friends. Amy P, the reimbursement dietitian, here today to talk about an extremely important topic, one I see you guys getting wrong time and time again, and this is why your claims are getting denied and how to fix them. So, for those of you guys don't know me, I am Amy P, the reimbursement dietitian, and I teach dietitians how to get credentialed, build a shit out of insurance, and make the money they deserve. And shockingly enough, I have been in private practice for 20 years. I run a multi six figure insurance based group, and I have helped hundreds, probably thousands of you guys understand the whole insurance reimbursement maze. And here's the truth. Verifying benefits is not just about getting somebody's copay or understanding their deductible. Because if you're skipping these three steps that we're going to talk about, that I'm about to share with you, you're probably leaving a shit ton of money on the table. So let's get to it. So in this video, I'm going to break down three things I consistently see dietitians and CNSs miss when you are verifying a patient's benefits. And I'm going to throw in some bonuses as well, because I feel like there are tons of mistakes that you guys are quietly making that are costing you time, money, and major frustration. So by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to look for, what questions to ask, and how to bulletproof the shit out of your verification of benefits process like a billing boss. So let's get to it. Problem number one, mistake number one, you guys are not asking about the type of coverage, okay? Shockingly enough, there are two different types of coverage on many plans. There is preventative coverage and then there's medical coverage. So most dietitians assume they need a diagnosis to get reimbursed. And then the reality is that while many plans do require a specific diagnosis, many do not. So thanks to the Affordable Care Act, many plans cover things like obesity, prediabetes, and even generally nutritional counseling with no copay and no deductible. But you won't know unless you ask. So when verifying benefits, specifically ask, is nutritional counseling covered preventively under this plan? And then secondly, are there any diagnosis codes that allow for zero patient responsibility? Okay. If you skip this step, you're probably collecting money from a patient that you didn't, because you may be assuming that this is a medical visit, or worse, not seeing clients you could have gotten reimbursed for. The second piece of this is the medical coverage. This is a place where I see a shit ton of dietitians leaving a ton of money on the table. Because in addition to preventative coverage, many plans also have medical coverage. And while medical coverage generally has a cost share, like a deductible or a copay, it generally still has coverage. So if there is a limited amount of preventative coverage, which I haven't seen a ton of in my experience, and then you need to jump over to medical coverage, that is also a thing as well. But during verification of benefits, you need to know what specific ICD-10 codes to ask. So mistake number one is many dietitians are not asking about the two different types of coverage as well as the limits, okay? Number two, I see many of you guys not confirming visit limits as well as frequency. So I know it is very overwhelming and frustrating, number one, to verify patients' benefits because it can take a shit ton of time. And what I will tell you from my experience, you can spend all of that time and still get an inaccurate quote of benefits. But here's the T. Just because a plan says MNT is covered, it does not mean forever and always, okay? You need to ask, how many visits are allowed per year? Are those visits based on a calendar year or plan year? Those can be very different things. Do I need to submit prior authorization for a number of visits? Does this plan require a referral? So we need to get information about the limits and frequencies because we do not want you to go over the limits with your patients because then you may end up eating unpaid claims or having to tell patients they owe hundreds, which is definitely not the vibe we're going for. So number two, most importantly, confirming the number of visits The patient is allowed on both the preventative policy and the medical policy. Okay, so you guys hanging with me? You're getting this? Okay. Number three, like I had just mentioned, I know it is exhausting and it like kills brain cells to verify patients' benefits. But a lot of you guys are not writing down reference numbers. And that's one basic but so overlooked aspect of verifying benefits. You go through all of this song and dance, and every time you call the insurance company, you want to make sure you're asking and recording the rep's name and the call reference number. In addition to that, I put the date, the reference number, and the name of the person that I'm talking to. And then at the end of the call, I repeat that information back to them. The reference number will not come to the end of the call, but I want the rep to know that I wrote down their name and I know it. So I will repeat that several times throughout the verification of benefits script that I go through. So because if the information that they gave you out is trash, which I'll be honest with you, more time it is, you may need proof that you did your due diligence. So think about these reference numbers like a receipt for your sanity. And if you don't get it, guess who may be footing the bill when the claim gets denied, which is you. So protect your practice, get the reference number. The bonus that I want to throw in, and I feel like I could do a whole video on this topic, is a lot of you guys are not asking a very, very, very important question is this a fully funded or is this a self-funded plan? The reason being, okay, if it is a self-funded plan, it can make up its own rules. And if you are a dietitian or CNS who's used to billing the shit out of a plan with Z71.3, there is a good chance that that self-funded plan may not be covering the same thing. So that is super important. And I would say single-handedly, although I left that one as number 4, and I said there was only going to be 3, I really want to drive that point home because I think for a lot of you guys, you're just not asking the right questions. So you're getting information that is partially correct. Okay, so let's sum this bad boy up. All right, now you need to know, you need to ask specifically, number 1, the type of coverage, right? Is there preventative benefits? Is there medical benefits? And you need to be ready with the ICD-10 codes that you want to verify. Number 2, confirm visit limits. I feel like many dietitians get the response unlimited visits when the reality is that they probably need to push a little further and ask deeper. Number 3, get that reference number, the date of the call, as well as the person you talk to, and repeat that person's name repeatedly throughout the call. And if you're still over there Googling how to verify benefits as a dietitian, it is time to stop winging it, and it is time to up-level your game. I teach you the ins and outs of VOB, aka verification of benefits, in my 6-month reimbursement coaching program, including specifically what questions to ask, what codes to use, and how to document, okay? I literally have a PDF that you can edit as you go through the call and then upload that bad boy to the patient's chart so you know you did your due diligence. So if you are somebody who is looking for a step-by-step process, literally for every avenue of the reimbursement process, go hit up the link below this video, put in an application. We only take a limited amount of dietitians, and I would say historically, we do not take everyone. We do not have spots for you, and in my experience, not everybody is a good fit. So if you want to snag your spot, go put in an application, and you, my friend, will hear from me usually within 24 business hours. So I will talk to you guys in the next video.